Hello and welcome to another episode. I want to start off by showing what I've been doing some digging between the episodes. Like I said I would. We won't do any terraforming or digging in this episode, so don't worry. I just want to show the progress I've made. And if we press there you can see the progress. This hill over there over there have been started to get removed. The temple that will go in that location have been planned out. This will be the temple of Wennet. Wennet is whatever, a goddess in ancient Egyptian mythology. At first she was depicted as a woman with a snake head, but later the one we are focusing on is a woman with a rabbit's head, because there are so many rabbits in the desert, so I thought that was really fitting also I love rabbits, but that's totally just a coincidence. And yeah, so we're going to make this temple. This temple is based off of the Temple of Isis, located on the island of Philae. Once it have later been moved because the Nile is rising and whatever. Temple of Isis is the basis for this. It's not gonna be one-to-one. Of course, this is a lot smaller than the real life one. It's also some changes in the design, but it's based on it and taking inspiration from it. So that's that temple. Also gives us lots of sandstone, as you can see. Later, over this direction on the outside of the wall, we will have another temple. This temple will be the temple of Anpu. Anpu was the ancient Egyptian name for Anubis, but we're edgies, we call it Anpu here instead. And it's gonna be based on the Luxor temple, which is a gorgeous temple, and that is gonna be a lot bigger, so we're gonna have it outside the walls so that we don't have any space problems. That is gonna be awesome. And yes, that's the plans with that. Going back to our current project, we are going to start from the keep today. We're going to make statues and an entrance to our place. So the two statues we are going to make. One is going to be of Wennet, the rabbit goddess I told you about. The second statue is going to be of Wenenu, which is another rabbit god and a husband of Wennet. And yes, so they're going to be next to each other, and it's going to be awesome. We're also going to have a colonnade, and I think in general it's just going to be great. So first of all, I'm going to show you here the sandstone we have. We have gotten all of this, and this. So loads of sandstone. Okay, we have arrived. So we want first of all, how did that happen? We want slabs, of course. Okay, so those will be statues. I think that would be nice. Then behind the statues, we want a colonnade. So we'll make this yet another lookout like this. do that. No, actually not. This is where the wall will go. So then we want to make it like this. Oops. So as the entrance, we're going to use the entrance to the step pyramid complex of King Joser as our inspiration. That's why we have these things that go like in here, because yeah. It's gonna be nice. We're adding these columns, this little colonnade, and the statues are not there on that entrance either. We're just using it for this part here. I think that will turn out pretty nice. I just realized that there's one issue. How are we going to make this what's it called? Drawbridge go up? Where will this attach to the chains? Maybe we'll have something. Maybe we'll have really long chains. Who knows? We'll see. Okay. So I'm going to build these pillars and stuff up a bit. So this is what they have so far. This pillar here shows the height that the statues will be. Then we will have the columns behind, and the columns will be supporting this, which will be kind of like a balcony. And the walls in this part have been put in. We have some issues with the statues because we don't have the materials to build them, unfortunately. I want to build them using red sandstone, quartz and concrete, and well, we can get concrete and quartz. We have quartz already. We don't have any red sand, so we might have to do something about that. Also, I don't like how this turned out, so we're going to replace all of those statues later, and possibly the columns too, because the columns in ancient Egypt, they were not sandstone like this. Like, this looks really bland. They were like painted and they had like lots of stuff on them, so we might make this place a bit more colorful because it looks a bit too beige. Oh my god. Oh, that was horrible. I was digging a tunnel so that we can get to a place with red sand. You can see my tunnel here. I've been placing down blocks because it's right at the edge of that, and I dug the block beneath me by mistake and I fell, and oh my gosh, I got so scared, and I landed on this block there, and yeah, you can see the blocks. Oh, did I throw my pickaxe on the ground because I got scared? I ended up with 1 heart. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's exactly or something. Oh my. Okay. Let's not do that again. That was not the I used the website that I told you about before, called Mine Atlas. We can see where different biomes are, and I calculated the locations for where we need to place this portal here in the Nether, and it's something like 350 on the X and 1100 on the Y. And as you can see, we're not even close. This takes a very long time to do with stone tools, but eventually we will get there. And it's kind of fun. I like just digging in Minecraft. I find it rather relaxing, meditative in a way. It's nice. After recording that last clip, I realized the irony that I just previously had fallen and almost died and gotten majorly scared, and then saying that it's calming and relaxing. I just want to clarify, it's calming and relaxing when you don't do stupid mistakes and dig beneath your feet. Never dig down. One of the unspoken rules that are probably pretty spoken, but it's one of those things in Minecraft. You never dig straight down because bad things happen. And I didn't even mean to do it, so I was trying to dig this block, but I had slightly too far down, so instead of doing that, I did that and dug it beneath me times. It happens. Everyone makes mistakes. But yeah. Ooh, a ghost. Hello. Some stuff down there. Okay. Can't say I'm interested. Sorry. You can keep your stuff, ghost. So this is a bit scary. I'm so glad that we can hold shift to not fall off things now. You didn't used to be able to do that. So that helps so much when doing stupid things like this. And I thought I'd take this moment to explain why I'm doing such a stupid thing. Because we could move all these tunnels higher up. Because we are at 109, we could move them like 10 blocks up or something. And that would mean that we would have to do this way more rarely, because the ceiling is basically always covered in netherite. But I have this cool but annoying to make idea that later when we actually detail and build these tunnels properly, I want to have like glass walls on these sections that you can look out into the nether. I thought that would be really cool. And to be able to see the nether, we would have to be far enough down to actually be in the nether, not in the ceiling, whatever. But yeah, so that's why we are making it like this. And yeah, I don't know when we'll do that. That's a way future project, because it takes a lot of time to dig these tunnels and then to decorate them. All that would take like even longer, of course. So yeah, that's a project for the distant future. I don't really prioritize it either, since it's in the nether and we only go through the nether to like travel. like it doesn't like, it's not like, I don't know how to explain it, like it's not like an in-lore place, like it's not a city or a kingdom or anything like that, it's just the nether. I want to, an idea I've had for like many years is to sometimes build a city in the nether that the pigmen would obviously spawn in, so it would be kind of inhabited. I thought that would be super cool to like build a city for the pigmen, but yeah, we'll see. So we have reached the end of the diagonal. Now we need to dig this direction for 600 something blocks. So yeah, progress. So we finally got here. If we look at the coordinates, 350, x 1100, z. That is exactly where we need to be. So now let's light it. Let's have our bed in our hand in case it's night when we come through. And let's see what happens. Please be day. Okay. No! Okay, zip. Come on! Yes! Okay, good. I did some research on ancient Egyptian roads, and a lot of them were made out of mud, like clay bricks, and I think that, or tiles or whatever, and I think that terracotta would be perfect for that, since that is basically exactly that. It's hard clay, so that's gonna be really nice. This red one we need for the bottom of our walls, like I showed last episode, I think. And then this we can either use as it is or dye whatever color we need. But yeah, but it should be done like that. Yeah. Also, I want to clarify about the ancient Egyptian roads. Most ancient Egyptian roads were dirt roads, but in certain areas, like where they could afford to make them out of clay bricks, that's what they would do. But of course, the majority of roads, by far, was just packed dirt roads. So that's what we're going to use, like outside of cities and in cities as well, to an extent. But the main roads inside the cities will be made out of terracotta, I think. So let's build ourselves some statues. In here we have all the materials. The bottom for one, the top for one. They won't be identical, so there's some differences here. And I'm going to start by building the one on this side. So the way we're starting this is by doing that. And then we do this. Okay, and then go like this. That is 2, then we need one more. Okay. Then we need blue there and blue there. Then 1, 2, like so. Then I'm going to do this. And then we need the black. We need this and this. So, is there anything I have forgotten? Who knows? But I know at least that we need to do this. And go down here. And that's our first statue. Okay, let's build the other one. So we want to do it mirrored. Like so. Okay, shall we do this? There we go. Our two entrance statues are finished. And that is what they look like. Then we're going to work on this, and I was experimenting with some pillar column designs in my creative world, and I actually quite like to use the melons in the column, so that's why we have some melons in us. So I added this little bit here. There's a source block of water there. It just flows towards this hole because that's the closest hole, so it just flows down like so. It's not very big, and with this, if you stand close, like in this block, so that you can't place a block there, and then you press right click with concrete powder in your offhand, you will place it, and it will, since it's in contact with water, it will be converted into a solid concrete block. You can destroy it. Like right now, it's like a sand thing, right? Make it have gravity and stuff, but if you make it in contact with water, it's solid, and then you get these concrete blocks which are hard. And so if you have a pickaxe in one hand and the powder in the other, and you stand in this block, you can just hold both mouse buttons. That's a problem though, I suppose. Will you float? Yeah, it's working. Okay, good. I should mention that if you're using a better pickaxe, a stone pickaxe, you'd probably like to replace this block right behind with something like wood that takes a long time to mine with a pickaxe, so that you don't just dig through the wall when doing this. I just died so that we can get a view of our build from a distance. Oh, flowers. That reminds me, next update there will be a new type of flower that appears in plains like we are right now, which is blue, and that would be so good because we need a lot of blue dye to make cyan dye, and if we can do that without like having to find lapis, so if we can like bone meal the grass in the plains and get a lot of blue dye, that would be amazing. And here we can see the beginning. It's looking rather nice. as we come through what would later be, what will later be the gate to the city, this is the view that we will get. It's not finished obviously, but it gives you a rough idea of where we're going. So what happened was that I came up here, I heard a husk, I jumped up here to look below if it was down there, and I fell. I used blue concrete, but I really like the cyan concrete and I think that will work better, so we're going to replace it. So this is what we have. I quite like it. It's not bad at all, I think. I also want to, if we can we, okay. So if we build this across, so, and then we take this out. And replace it. I think that will look nice. That is so annoying. Okay. How shall we get rid of this? Did I drop something here before? No? Okay, good. See what it looks like from down here. Looks cool. This is what it looks like from up above. We have these cyan stripes along all the buildings. It's here too. To help bring more color in, we're going to replace all of these statues on the sides and the pillars. However, we can't do that yet because it will take a lot of materials that we don't have. Because to make the statues we're going to use sandstone, red sandstone even, and quartz, and those are of course expensive. And I was thinking of having the bottom of these pillars like this. Oh, right, it broke. Broke like a second ago. Okay. So if we have the bottom cyan, we have that there, then could have one of those. Then I'm unsure if we should just have this whole thing just green. How does that look? It looks okay. And we would have they would be identical on both sides here. Like so, all the way across. I think that is fine. So I'm gonna work on that. So if we now look at these pillars, they're not all done, but some of them are. From over here, this is what it looks like. And that looks a lot more colorful than what we had before, of course. So yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So these are the colors that we will use and the designs we will use for the statues here. Should bring a lot more color in here. It just felt so, this just feels so dead, so brown and dull. We really need to bring in more color, And the ancient Egyptians did paint a lot of their stuff, so it also makes sense to bring in color. This does not make sense. It's also hard to make out everything when it's one color. And it's I usually build in like one color, and it's interesting to do something a bit more colorful. It's different and exciting. So this is the interior. I ran out of wheat, but we'll get that finished later. I built this wall up, started on this wall, then I ran out of sandstone on me. I of course have a lot more, but I just didn't have more on me. I can actually work a bit on that. Now finish that side up, and then maybe we can call that an episode. The walls are built up. I made a railing here to match the one down there. We will have columns behind here. And that is going to end today's episode. So thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.